Rabštejn nad Střelou is a small historical town located in western Czechia, northwest of Pilsen. It lies deep within the valley of Střelou river, surrounded by dense forests, rocky cliffs and untouched nature. Despite its modest size, Rabštejn holds a remarkable record. It is considered the smallest historical town in the Czech Republic. Above the town rise the ruins of Rabštejn Castle, once one of the most important medieval fortifications in the region. Today the area feels quiet and almost timeless, but for centuries it was a place of power, culture and faith. The origins of Rabštejn date back to the early 13th century, during a time of rapid colonization and castle building in Bohemia. The castle was founded as a royal stronghold, strategically placed above the Střelou river, to control trade routes and protect the surrounding lands. Thanks to its location and rocky surroundings, Rabštejn quickly became a nearly impregnable fortress. Around the castle a settlement gradually formed, serving craftsmen, merchants and servants connected to the castle administration. Each owner expanded or rebuilt the town according to the needs of their time. The original 13th century Rabštejn castle formed the main fortified core above the Střelou river and served as the foundation of the entire settlement. Around this early medieval stronghold, additional walls, towers and residential buildings were gradually added. In the 15th century, the character of Rabštejn changed with the founding of a monastery, which turned the area into an important religious center, alongside its military role. Later centuries brought forward the transformation, including the construction of Baroque chateau, which replaced parts of the medieval fortifications and reflected the declining military importance of the site. Nearby, on the neighboring rocky ridge, stood Střelou, a small fortified site with defensive tower. It likely served as an advanced fortification or lookout point, protecting the main castle and the river valley below. Together the castle, monastery, chateau and Střelou formed a layered and highly complex historical landscape. As Rabštejn gradually lost its strategic role, some structures were abandoned, while others were adapted for new purposes. This uneven development is the reason why Rabštejn appears today as an extensive ruin rather than a single intact castle. But how did this town end up as a quiet village with only around 25 people living here today? Over time, the importance of Rabštejn gradually declined. Its remote location, limited space and distance from major economic centers prevented industrial development and urban growth. The local population relied mainly on small-scale agriculture and crafts. The 20th century brought dramatic changes. In 1938, Rabštejn became part of the Sudetenland due to its predominantly German population. Czech residents were forced to leave, and last Jewish families departed as well, ending nearly 300 years of Jewish presence. World War II didn't leave the town in ruins, but its impact was still massive. After the war, in 1946, the German population was expelled. Rabštejn was never fully settled, and many houses remained empty or were later demolished. Gradually, the town lost its permanent population and became almost deserted, used mainly for seasonal recreation. In 1980, Rabštejn lost its independence and was incorporated in the near town of Manetín. Nowadays, Rabštejn feels like a part of the nature that surrounds it. The Střelou river flows quietly beneath the castle ruins, carving a deep valley through forests and rocky cliffs. This landscape has remained largely untouched for centuries and offers a rare sense of calm where history and nature exist side by side. The surrounding woods and riverbanks are home to rich wildlife and have long served as natural protection for the town and the castle. Paths for tourists follow the river and lead through the same terrain that has once shaped the strategic importance of Rabštejn. Hidden deep within these forests lies a line of Czechoslovak military bunkers, constructed in the late 1930s as a part of the country's extensive defense system against the growing threat of Nazi Germany. These small concrete fortresses were strategically placed to protect key routes through the river valley. Although these bunkers were never engaged in battle, they stand as a fascinating reminder of the tense and uncertain times leading up to World War II. These well-preserved structures offer a unique glimpse into pre-war military engineering. Visiting these fortifications is truly captivating, and they deserve their own dedicated story. A video focused just on these bunkers would show a really interesting part of Czech history. One interesting thing is that Rabštejn has one of the oldest bridges in the Czech Republic, built in the 13th century. The bridge is famous with filmmakers too, It has appeared in many Czech movies and even in the music video for Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. Today, Rabštejn nad Střelou is no longer a forgotten place. Although it remains small and quiet, the town is slowly coming back to life. Step by step, Rabštejn is finding a new role as a place of rest, history and culture. Its powerful history combined with unspoiled nature makes Rabštejn an increasingly attractive destination for visitors seeking peace and authenticity of life in the countryside. This renewed energy can be seen in cultural events and community activities that bring people back into the historical streets.